Hello, my name is Kamal and I am a team member of group number 39. My team included 4 members named as Sandeep, who is from Enterprise System, Raman from the Software Engineering, Komalpreet Kaur from Software Engineering, and myself, Kamalpreet Kaur Kalan from Software Engineering. The project that we got in this semester was the Shapely.com, that is a fitness and wellness platform. So we had to make a website or a web application for our client according to their requirement. So we started the project by making a project storyboard because at first we needed to have an approval from our client and from our supervisor that whether we are moving in a right direction or not. And after this, we had to make a project roadmap. Then we sent that project roadmap to our client. They gave us approval. There were some suggestions that they want to improve. So we improved that and again sent that to our client, and they gave the final approval for the project roadmap. Then when we made the project roadmap, we started working on our project, that is the website that we had to make. So first of all, I would like to share some screen where I would like to give the justification that whatever I'm saying that we have done in this, I'll show you this. Just give me some minutes so that I can just share a screen. Yeah. So at first there is a project storyboard. This is our project storyboard that we made in initial states of our project. In this state, we gather the requirements, we analyze what are the requirements, and apart from this, we also analyze that what are the things that we need to include in this and what technology and tools can be used to make a suitable web application. Then this was the project storyboard that we submitted, and we got approval from our client that it's all good to go. Then after making this, we moved towards our project roadmap. This was our project roadmap where we included project vision, backlog, revised user stories, acceptance criteria, and project schedule. From all these things, revised user story and acceptance criteria was the things that I mainly done in the project roadmap. So I'll show some, and this was our product backlog where we included what time is it gonna take to each step that was included in the development of this project. And I am from a software engineering background, so I have knowledge of how to use some programming languages. So basically, I done the whole designing part in this project. Apart from designing part, I also helped in the connectivity part because I had a knowledge of this Java coding, how these things are done, as well as I have a knowledge of PHP as well. So I helped in these things as well. But if it's about the roadmap, then these are the things that I have done about the user stories and the acceptance criteria. After after doing this project roadmap, then we proceeded towards the final development of the product. And the final development of the product was the web application that we done. And after doing this development, we have forwarded our whole project to the client and they are having a review, and they just needed some time to give us feedback on this. And but till now, the feedback that we got from our client is that they are satisfied with the project and the project is completely good to go. And moreover, initial state when we gave them just some our what we can say, yeah, when we gave them just the front view of or the designing part when was completed, we gave them this and they said there are some codes that are hard coded, they don't want this, so we changed that as well. So this is the front page website that I designed. That's the front page of this. Then there is a membership page. There we offered some memberships that are gym that register on this is gonna offer to the clients. That is the supplement page where we can buy any supplement. Like I want to buy this, I'll go to there and this will be open and redirected to the next page where I can add the quantity as well. And I'll add to the cart. When I press add to the cart, it's working. It shows that total of this much I have to pay. I can enter my email over there and I can place an order. When I click place an order, it's automatically removed from the cart, as I can click on view cart. There is no item in this because I have already placed an order. Same goes with the gymwear, and there is a contact us page that I designed actually, where they can enter their name, email, and message, and they can send message with the problem that they are facing in this. That's the registration page where I can register. That's the login page where we can log in from this. That's just an overview of the website that we have developed. And as it was showing in this, all the user stories are covered in Sprint 3. And we followed an agile methodology, and we have 3 sprints in this project. In first sprint, the work that I have done was to find out the user stories and to find out the tools and technologies that we are going to use. Then in this sprint 2 was the project roadmap, where according to the suggestions from the client, I revised the user stories, and moreover, I gave them the acceptance criteria, that what are the conditions that should be fulfilled if we can say that this user story is completely justified in our project. Then talking about the sprint 3, as in sprint 3, in sprint 2, there was a designing or implementation of the front end that has been done by me. So I have designed the website, as I already showed the website front end as a proof of this. And in this sprint 3, I don't have that much part in sprint 3. So I was just helping the other team members, as they had parts like Raman have to design a database. Then Komal was there to connect the database to the front end. So I helped them in this as well. And Sandeep was working on the project write-up. So I helped Sandeep in the project write-up as well, because the part that I was doing, like the front end, the tools and technologies for the front end. And apart from this, there was a literature review, the literature, the books, the online websites that I used as a reference to design a front end of the website. I write up that part and I forwarded it to the Sandeep in sprint 3. And now there is a project write-up. This is our project write-up. And in this project write-up, the part that I did is basically included like user stories. The user stories from the initialization of that project, the user stories are my part that I was doing completely. And then there, from architectural review, the pages that I used to take a reference, then architectural features, technology used, system design to front end. These are the things that basically I made in this. Then I'll move forward to the part that has been done by me, just to give a clear review. So that's are the architectural features. Like there is a client server architecture used in this, because the front end is basically the client side, the thing that client views on their browser screen. And we had to connect that to the database. So our project was basically following a client server architecture. So if I talk about some things that would have been gone better in this project, is basically, I can say time management. If we have taken seriously from initialization of project, the time management should have been considered more seriously, because in initial states, we don't had a fixed client, because client was changed in second or third week, because the first client was not responding. So it took us 2 to 3 weeks to get a permanent client with which we were working. So time management was the main issue that we faced in this project. And if I talk about my perspective that I used more in this, is as I am having a background in coding. So my specialization was the coding of HTML, PHP, Java. So I made the front end in HTML5 as per the client's requirement. And the other thing is that is bit easy to do the coding, as we have already lost our 3 weeks. And when we talked with the client, in our favor, they told us they just want HTML5 coding for the front end. So we used this. And what would have been gone more better in a whole project, as I said earlier, it's the time management. If we have managed time in a more appropriate way, we have finished it a bit early and we had more time to do the project write-up and other things like the presentation, product demonstration. Second thing that would have been gone better is the team communication. In initial stages of the project, there was a bit of miscommunication in the team as we were unable to be in good communication with each other. Then we, by taking our supervisor and our workshop tutors guidance, we just moved to the Slack and the conference calls, video calls, and client was talking us with on the Slack. He was not in that condition that he didn't want to go for the face-to-face calls, so he chose the Slack messages or our emails with which through we have talked to them. If from the first day we had a client, then the communication would have been better with the client, and in team the time management would have been better. The other thing is that if we all had it would have been advantageous if we had a bit knowledge of the coding language, as my team members were new to the coding, so it takes some time for them to get introduced to the coding language. So it take bit of our part to learn the coding languages. So these were the three basic things that would have been gone better in this. But overall, while doing this project, the main thing that I have learned is this, that how to work in a professional environment under the deadlines, because we never worked in deadlines, but there was a deadline that we have to finish it by 12th or 13th of June. So I learned how to work in a professional environment, how hectic is it to get to the proper time management so that we can finish our project on time. So these were the basic things that I have learned in the overall project. Now we have submitted the project to the client and they said that the working from their end is properly fine, but they just need some time to give us a proper review and a proper feedback, a written feedback on this. So we are just waiting for this. So that is all from my side about the just an overview of what I have done in this project and what my team have done in this project and what things gone better or what things should have gone better. So thank you.